Hello, second graders, and welcome to our math lesson. Before we begin, I just wanted to apologize for not uploading some of these videos this past week. Miss Antana has had a couple of just problems with her allergies. I don't know if any of you have allergies, but this week Miss Antana has just been, there's just been a lot of allergies. So, and I've been trying to take some medicine for them, and it just makes me a little dizzy. So if you could say a little prayer for me, that would be great. But we're going to start today with our lesson 97. And then when we are done and finished, we will continue and do 98 tomorrow. Okay, so let us begin. So today what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to find a half with things. Okay, so it's fairly easy. So let's just begin. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. You'll be able to see that whiteboard right here. Let us begin. So what is half of 10? You're right. Half of 10 is 5. Okay. And what other numbers of can we find the half of? Now we have to think about this. We can't find the half of an odd number because it doesn't have a pair. But we can find the number of even numbers, right? So we can find, what's the half of 6? 3. What's the half of 8? 4. What's the half of 12? 6. What's the half of 14? 7. What's the half of 16? 8. Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write these numbers on the chalkboard, on the whiteboard, and we're going to see how we can cut them in half. So for example, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm just going to put these 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to cut them in half. So 6, I can have a 3 and another 3, and it makes 6, right? They have to be the same. What about 8? Well, I can split it in half, and I could put 4 and 4. What about 10? The same. 5 and 5. Notice that the numbers, when they're cut in half, are the same. What about 12? 6 and 6, right? Those are the numbers that if you cut 6 in half, you will get 3 and 3. If you cut 8 in half, you will get 4 and 4. If you get 10 in half, you will get 5 and 5. And if you cut 12 in half, you will get 6 and 6. Okay, so we will use this paper to figure out how to cut things in half. So when we divide something, when we cut something in half, we are dividing it, right? But the parts must be the same. So just like here, I have a 3 and I have a 3. I have a 4 and I have a 4. I have a 5 and I have a 5. I have a 6 and I have a 6. When you cut something in half, the other half has to be the same. It's symmetrical. Remember, when you cut something in half, it must be symmetrical. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this. And let's say I have 7 candies on the table, and I'm just going to draw circles for candies, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 7 candies on the table, okay? And I would like to share these candies with you, but I want it to be fair. I want us to each have the same amount of candies. So how can I do that? To divide my candies so that you and I get the same amount of candies. Well, we could say this. Let's use the drawing one. One is for Miss Santana, so we're gonna put an S. Then one is for you. Let's do this. You. One is for Miss Santana. And now one is for you. One is for Miss Santana. And one is for you. And then, so now we each have 3. You have 3, and I have 3. And now there is one in the middle. So would that be fair if Miss Santana got 4 and you only got 3? No, it wouldn't be fair, right? So what about the extra candy? It's leftover, right? Because it is a hard candy and it can't be divided. So we can't divide it because it's a hard candy. So what do we do with that extra candy? So when we divide something in half, each side has to be the same, right? Half of 7 is 3 with 1 left over or remaining. So half of 7 would be 3 with 1 remaining, right? So maybe we can put an R1, remaining 1, right? So now I'm gonna give you another example, okay? So let's continue. So I'm gonna give you a couple of tiles and I want you to go ahead and do that, okay? So let's say I give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want you to divide them equally. So 1 for Miss Santana, 1 for you, 1 for Miss Santana, 1 for you, and we both have 2. We both have 2, and there's 1, but we can't divide it. We can't cut it in half because it's a hard candy. So we would say half of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of 5 is 2, and then we put an R because it's remaining, the last one's remaining. So 2 remainder 1, right? Because we only have 1 remaining. Okay, I believe you have a worksheet. I know there was a worksheet for yesterday's, but don't worry about that one. Okay, so we don't have an extra worksheet, but that's okay. I'll give you one more and then we'll be done with this one, okay? Okay, I'm gonna do 13 candies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so now it's your job to split these candies in half. I want you to cut them in half. Not cut them in half, but I want each person, you and I, to have the same amount of candies. Okay, it has to be fair. I have to have the same amount. You have to have the same amount. And if you have any left over, we will see what we can do with that. Okay, so let's try. So 1 for Miss Santana and 1 for you. I'm just gonna put a Y. 1 for Miss Santana and 1 for you. 1 for Miss Santana, 1 for you. 1 for Miss Santana and 1 for you. Miss Santana, 1 for you. Coming close, 1 for Miss Santana and 1 for you. Let's count how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Miss Santana has 6. So I want you to have 6 too so that it's fair. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you also have 6. But we have 1 remaining. So the half of 13, there's 13 candies. So you would say half of 13 is 6 R, meaning remaining, left over, 6 R1, because there's 1 left over. Okay? Good. I'm going to give you one more. And I want you to go ahead and do this one on your own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now it's your turn to go ahead and divide these so that you and I have the same amount in equal parts. Are you ready? Okay, I'll do it this one with you. If you think you can do it, you can put pause, figure it out by yourself, and then click play and make sure that you got the right answer. So this one is for Miss Santana, and this one's for you. Miss Santana, you. Miss Santana, you. Miss Santana, you. Okay. Notice that I go front for one person and the back for the other. Miss Santana and you. So Miss Santana has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And we have 1 left over. So half of 11 is 5, remainder 1, right? Because we have 1 left over right here. Okay, that is all for today. That is our lesson. It was very quick and short. I hope you understood this. If you need a little bit more help, feel free to ask the parents. And if they still need help and they maybe are not understanding it completely, you can go ahead and contact me and I will be more than happy to help you. Or next time we meet, you can bring it up in our meeting. Okay? I will talk to you soon. God bless and totus tuus, Maria.